It's fucking Horse! The 1990 Flash movie. With the premiere of a brand new Flash TV show in just a short few weeks, I thought it would be fun to go back and look at the original TV movie that launched its own television series. It only lasted one season, but I remember loving this shit as a kid. The Flash was one of my favorite superheroes and still is. Well, does this 90s blast from the past still hold up? Let's take a look. This is The Flash. The movie starts with this biker gang called the Dark Riders terrorizing Central City. But at this point, I can't help but notice how awesome the music is. That's because it's from Danny Elfman, the same guy that made the Batman theme song. In fact, doesn't it look like we're about to see a Batman movie, not a Flash movie? Anyways, Barry Allen, played by John Wesley Shipp, is celebrating his brother's birthday with the rest of his family. All the men in the family are typical police officers and generally are a happy family. Except they might be a little too close.
Hey Mom, give me one of those ginseng things for Evie and I. Whoa! Honey, it's my birthday.
Who the fuck talks like that with their parents around? Not even that, but how about their son is right there? That's kinda awkward, isn't it? I also noticed another really fucked up part in this scene.
Big Earl too, huh?
Yeah, I love dog hair in my back seat.
Is he straight up feeding the dog chocolate? Pretty sure you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I love dog hair in my back seat.
We better run.
Anyways, Barry has to leave the party early since he has to check out a crime investigation. His dad always rips on him for not being a real officer because since he's a forensic scientist. As he's checking out the crime investigation, he notices a storm is on its way. Look at his lab assistant too. Like, did this guy audition for House Party but got this instead? Well, he tells his lab partner that he can head home and he'll finish up work here. When out of nowhere, the unthinkable happens. Holy shit! I do have to say, he gets fucking rocked in that scene. He must fly back like 20 yards. Fully across the room at least. At the hospital, the family is very worried about their son being struck by lightning, but it turns out that he's perfectly okay. We then get to see the Dark Rider's lair, which looks exactly like the Shredder's lair in the first Ninja Turtles movie. Here's the lair from the first Ninja Turtles movie, and here's the Dark Rider's lair from the Flash movie. Clearly the Flash movie just ripped it off. So this one criminal that's working for the Dark Riders explains to his girlfriend how he's been stealing money so they can escape. She ends up going and telling the leader. And why are there two guards there with guns? Shouldn't they be outside of the base, not inside of it? We're then introduced to our villain of the movie, Pike, whose ongoing quest is to destroy the police so they can live in anarchy. So that girl's ex-boyfriend's punishment is that they strap him onto a motorcycle and send it down the entranceway, uncontrolled, and it smashes into a wall and explodes. That's a little ridiculous. Meanwhile, Barry's back at work, and noticing that he feels a little different after the lightning strike. You know, these scenes always work in comic book movies where you see the human actually change. Like in this scene, he can't stop eating because his metabolism has sped up. That makes sense. But it is in this scene that we get to see his true ability.
Ours! Earl! That's not ours!
So after that disastrous run, he realizes that he's late for his girlfriend's art gallery showing and must be there quick haste. So he decides to run and we get the shittiest special effect of running ever. He runs so far and so fast that he blasts into this ocean where everyone sees him, gets rescued by some beachgoers, and then realizes he's overshot his girlfriend's art gallery.
Crystal Beach.
That's 30 miles.
The funniest thing about this scene is that the beachgoers just threw him under this crow's nest. You guys just saw him blast into the ocean going 400 miles an hour, and he didn't call the cops or anything? You just left him there? He finally realizes he needs to see a scientist to see what really is going on. So she brings him to the lab of the 1980s to do a few tests. See how fast he runs, see how fast his eye coordination is. But the funniest thing is what he says about the suit.
Strange. I don't know, like it's molding to my body and expanding somehow.
Bullshit it is! That suit is made out of foam and nothing else. You are nowhere near that ripped. Meanwhile, Barry's brother is trying to trap some of the Dark Riders, but finds out that it's actually a trap against him. Pikes actually wanted revenge on Barry's brother for many years because they used to be partners. Barry tries to get there, but it's too late, as his brother dies in his hands. I love the expression on his face after. He's like, so, did you get the take? We can cut for lunch? So he wants to get revenge for his brother, and wants the suit, but with a few modifications. As the Dark Riders are out terrorizing, they are finally revealed to their nemesis. That reveal shot could have been cool if his suit wasn't made out of foam. I mean, I know it's meant for TV, but if you were going to cut the budget somewhere, why the hell would you do it on the suit? Since the Flash is now taking out Pike's men, he realizes there's no more time to wait and must take out the city now. Flash finds their hideout, but it's too late as everyone's gone. But look at what happens here.
I realize how an unhappy childhood probably led you to all this, but that's really no excuse.
What a horse punch! The swing and the connection and just everything about it was just horse! So the Dark Riders break into jail to free all the convicts to join their cause by driving their motorcycles through the jail. Why would you do that? That's so inconvenient. And how would you do that? There's gotta be some doorways that the motorcycles don't fit through. So Pike breaks them all out and they start handing out guns. And apparently in this jail, there's as many guns as there is convicts. Why would that be? The police show up to take control of the situation, but the Dark Riders and Pike declare war. Just as things are not looking good, the Flash comes to save the day.
Sorry, boys. Shooting gallery's closed.
What's happening? Is he punching them? Is he dodging them? It looks so weird. He's just shaking a lot. I'm afraid he's gonna have a seizure or something. As Pike's trying to get away on his motorcycle again, as fucking stupid as that is, he runs into the Flash as they have their final confrontation. Just as the Flash is ready to bag and tag him, he starts getting these weird headaches and starts blacking out and cannot snap out of it. So Pike just starts beating them with this crowbar, which doesn't really fucking matter because the suit is complete foam. Probably doesn't even hurt at all. So Pike beats him so hard that he breaks the grate and is there to suffer. But it doesn't really matter because he comes back immediately, totally refreshed from having the blackout for some reason. Then he starts spinning around Pike so much that he ends up vacuuming him up into this electric fence and totally murders him. Well, he doesn't, but that should have totally murdered the guy. He ties him up for the police to find, and Central City is safe again. But this movie wouldn't be complete without some cheesy cornball line to send it off.
Sean, I want you to know something. Anytime you need me, I'll be there for you. I couldn't run like your dad, but I'll be there in a flash.
Horse! And well, that's the Flash movie. So what are my final thoughts on this? It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. If anything, it's actually not bad. It's a movie from the 1990s and for TV, so it wasn't really going to be that great. The only issue I would have is the Flash is really only in it for like the last half an hour out of an hour-and-a-half movie. But it's kind of understandable seeing that this was just going to lead into a TV series and not just a one-off movie. The special effects are pretty shit, the choreographed fight scenes are awful, and that suit, oh my god, that suit, it's foam! I wouldn't bitch about it so much, but the movie tried to play off that it was spandex. I give it an 80s chick trying to live in the 90s on a 10. Stay tuned next time for... Don't forget to like us at Facebook/NeckbeardReviews, and please click below to subscribe.